What's going on, people? Welcome back to Chelsea Fan TV. Welcome back to another video for you guys today. I know it's been a boring last couple weeks as a Chelsea fan. Games have been postponed left, right and centre, and we're in the midst of an international break. But this is what I think I'd like to call the calm before the storm, because after next week, games are just coming thick and fast in the race to the World Cup. We're going to be going through about 8 or 9 fixtures just in the month of October. Probably going to have another 6 in November. And we end with a week from hell where we go to Man City away, Newcastle away, and we have Arsenal at home just before the World Cup. I'm not too sure what the order is, but that is the last 3 games. So enjoy the peace while it lasts, Chelsea fans, because it's not going to be around for long. But there are a couple transfer topics that have popped up throughout the week that I thought we'd discuss in today's video. We're going to be discussing a potential return in January for Hudson Odoi, as well as another move for Ronaldo, which could potentially be happening, which I don't necessarily understand, but we'll get into it. We'll discuss Wilfried Zaha potentially being a free agent at the end of the season. Links with Kai Havertz to Bayern Munich. That was a very interesting topic, and plenty of other news as well. So before we get into it, as always, hit the like button, smash the subscribe button, hit the bell notification button as well to be the first to know whenever we release any new content on this channel, because in October there is going to be so much content dropping on here. So if you want to be the first to know whenever we drop anything, hit that bell notification button. Check out my personal channel as well, Carefree Lewis G. Link will be in the title, in the description below as well, so check that out too. And let's get straight into it. We'll start off with the Hudson Odoi news, because that was the latest news. And Sports Build said Potter was interested in signing Hudson Odoi as a Brighton manager, and Chelsea are already considering a January recall back to London. Now, Sports Build isn't the only article I've seen talk about this. I've seen a few other people discussing this as well. And I like that there's interest in Cho from the new manager, but I feel like that always happens. Like, the new manager always comes in, they seem to take a liking to him, and they give him an opportunity, and then it just never really seems to last. But right now, we shouldn't be talking about a January recall. We have spent years screaming for Hudson Odoi to go out on loan and get game time. And for one reason or another, be it because the manager wants to give him more opportunities, because we need depth in a certain position or anything like that, Hudson Odoi hasn't been given that opportunity. Now he's actually on loan. He's being given the chance to improve his game management, his decision making, his character, his composure. There's no point bringing him back just to warm the bench. Now, if somebody was to leave in January, maybe I would understand it, but I would still rather we bring in a forward. Let's not mess with Hudson Odoi's development any more than we already have done with all the years that we've just constantly put him on the bench or never given him a consistent run of game time. Let him either thrive or perish at Bayer Leverkusen, and then we figure out what we do in terms of either selling him or giving him more of an opportunity. We discussed that based off the loan spell. There is no reason to bring him back. I like that Potter's interested in him, but I'd rather we just keep track of him throughout the season. There's no reason to progress with this sort of thing. But let me know you guys' thoughts in the description, in the comments below anyway, because you guys could disagree with me. You guys might want to see him come back for whatever reason why. Let me know. Let me know down in the comment section. While we're still here, by the way, we're aiming for a target of 500 likes. So if you guys haven't hit that like button, press it. Just one click of a button and everyone on this channel is happy. So please hit that button if you haven't done so already. Let's go into the Cristiano Ronaldo topic, because Simon Phillips said, I am told to expect a push from Chelsea to sign Cristiano Ronaldo either in January or in the summer. And it will depend on what Graham Potter as well as the new sporting director says in this matter. But I kind of don't think it would. Only because we kept hearing how one of the big reasons for a fallout between Tuchel and Bowley was because Tuchel kept saying no to Ronaldo. And the fact that we're still in for him right now only says to me that the owner seriously wants him at the club. And I was down for it in the summer. I'm not taking back anything I said at that point, because we needed a goal scorer. We needed a focal point in the attack. And, like, I stand by everything I said on that account, but we have that now. We signed Aubameyang. We didn't go for Ronaldo. We went for Aubameyang. Now I don't understand bringing in Ronaldo, because, if anything, Aubameyang's more versatile than Ronaldo and he's much more well-rounded. Like, Aubameyang can link up play. He can press. Ronaldo doesn't have those attributes. He's literally just a goal scorer and that's it. And we don't need that in the squad, especially with the amount of game time that he would demand. Now, if we had just gone for him in the summer, I wouldn't be saying too much. The fact that it seems obvious that there was a big fallout between Boehly and Tuchel weeks before the sacking only makes me question why we didn't just go for Ronaldo in the first place if the owner wanted him so badly. But now it makes absolutely no sense. We have a goal scorer. We signed Aubameyang. We don't need to sign Ronaldo. He would just have a negative impact on the dressing room because he wouldn't be getting the game time that he would want. His only reason to join Chelsea would be to play Champions League football. I don't know. It might be a decent asset for us, but I think we need someone a bit more well-rounded. And if we're looking for a forward, we need a creator now more than a goal scorer, because we've already signed that profile. Brozier also has bags of potential, and it's remained to be seen what he could become. So the number one thing we need right now is creativity. We don't need a focal point. We don't need a striker now. We've already sorted out that side. Unless we're getting a long-term option, it's pointless. And Ronaldo's even more of a short-term option than Aubameyang would be. So it's a pointless move for me. But let me know you guys' thoughts. Moving on to Kai Havertz to Bayern Munich. And Simon Phillips said there are some concerns in the club over the form of Havertz, but Potter and the coaches have a belief in the German international, and they feel that they can tap into his full potential and get the best out of him, which I completely understand. Like, he's new in the job, he's going to give everyone a clean slate, and I think if he was to get the best out of Havertz, it would say a lot about him as a manager too, because Tuchel struggled and Lampard struggled as well when he was here. Simon Phillips continued saying, however, as I've recently reported, Chelsea are ready for a serious approach from Bayern Munich for Havertz next summer. I'm told that if that approach came last summer, Havertz would have pushed for the move. A lot can happen in a year from now, of course. Let's see if he can find his form and, more importantly, his enjoyment in the league. Now, I feel like Simon Phillips is the one that reported it a few weeks ago, because I did stream about this on my channel too. The biggest talking point out of this is it doesn't even sound like Havertz is happy being here. From Simon's wording, it doesn't sound like he's happy at all. He says, let's see if he can find his form and, more importantly, his enjoyment in the league. He said, and this was big for me, if the approach came last summer, Havertz would have pushed for the move. All that's telling me is that he was another player that wasn't happy being here, as well as all of the other forwards like Pulisic, like Ziyech, like Werner, like Hudson Odoi. But no one really spoke when it came to Havertz, which is very surprising. But I think the reason why was because he was the most unrealistic transfer as well. Like, he had 3 years left on his contract. He still had a lot of hype off the Champions League final goal. Good PR as well. And the club's valuation of him would be insanely high because he's a fan favourite. So he would have been the most unrealistic transfer out of the lot. But I could see him being unhappy too. And that's probably why he hasn't looked like he's basically been a ghost for like the last 6 to 8 months, and that would explain a lot to me. So if he doesn't want to be here, then I think the answer speaks for itself. Like, he could go to Bayern Munich, he could thrive as a long-term replacement for Müller. He can be happy, Bayern will be happy. I'm sure Chelsea would get a decent amount for him as well, so we'd be happy too. But it all depends on this season. If he balls out this season, go for it. I am 100% here for re-signing him if he can have a consistent season. But it's a big if, because we haven't seen any consistency from him at all. And the reason why I think it's such a big question mark is because we're at a crossroads when it comes to the summer. Because that's when he's got 2 years left on his contract. So you have to make a decision at that point. And it's not do you keep or sell, it's do you sell or do you re-sign. And if you re-sign with more money because of the age and the potential that he still comes across with. So do you re-sign Havertz next year? That becomes a question too. Me, right now, based on the way he's playing, I wouldn't offer him a contract at all. Because I don't think he's played at a level where we should be trusting him long term. I don't think he's been playing at a level where he deserves an extension or even a pay rise. So with that in mind, if he cannot thrive this season, if he can't make a statement, and if Bayern come in with a bid, let him go. Let him go. Thanks for the open goal in the Champions League final and all of that, but it's not been a good spell for Havertz. Call it what it is. It's been very, very frustrating watching him. He's either been ghosting or missing big chances or just diving. I need to see consistency from him. But let me know you guys' thoughts down in the comment section below. Well, we're going to end on Wilfried Zaha, because Simon Phillips again said Zaha is still high on the Chelsea agenda, especially the fact that as of now, he will become a free agent in the summer. Zaha was keen on the move to Chelsea this summer, but in the end, Chelsea could not agree a deal to sell Ziyech, which is frustrating but understandable if the Ziyech transfer was the reason why it fell through. But I also thought it was a bit too late for Chelsea to seriously try and push for Crystal Palace's best player when it leaves them in a very bad position with like a day or two left in the window to try and find a decent replacement. I don't think it would have happened at that point in the window regardless, but we know Chelsea still had talks with Zaha's agents and everything like that. So if we did speak to him and we said, just don't do anything, don't re-sign, and we'll come in for you next year, then that's a great bit of business for us. Wilfried Zaha is a quality player and I will stand by it, and he improves this attack. He's versatile, he brings you creativity, he brings you finishing. I think a lot of people complain about his attitude and everything like that, but I mean, if you look at the likes of a Costa or a Havertz or a Rudiger, like, I don't mind a player that likes getting into fights and arguments all the time, as long as you show it on the pitch. And Zaha does that. He's been the best player at Palace for years. He's been arguably the best player outside of the top 6 in the 2010s. There is no reason for us not to go in for him, especially on a free transfer. Could we get better than Wilfried Zaha? Yes. Yes, we could. If we did that, Wilfried Zaha becomes a great squad option and our squad improves as a whole. So overall, if Wilfried Zaha is available, if he wants to join Chelsea, bring him in. Bring him in immediately. But as always, let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Chelsea Fan TV. Let me know if you agree or disagree with any of my thoughts. Don't forget to like and subscribe as always. And we'll see you for the next video. Take care and up the Chelsea.